Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic update for Wednesday, May 6th at midnight. Now, let's go over some facts. Coronavirus quickly spread around the world starting late last year, a new genetic analysis shows. It was highly contagious, and tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people already have the disease. And the fact that it's highly contagious doesn't mean it's highly dangerous. A French hospital discovered coronavirus case from December, the country's possible zero patient report, well before we had any idea that it was already spreading across the world. Now, we know about the genomic characterization of the novel SARS-CoV-2, but what do we really know about it? Well, we know that antibody studies suggest that the coronavirus infection vastly exceed official counts. What does that mean? It means that if we use the multiplier based in the paper, which is times 50 to times 85, well, you can see that there are up to 250 million people infected in the US with just 257 or 250 million people infected worldwide with just 257,000 deaths. That would be a death rate of about 1%. Still overblown. The whole point is that the antibody tests suggest a 50-fold increase in coronavirus infections compared to these totals. Now, what do these totals even mean? And what I mean by that, I think you'll find quite intriguing. I'm clicking on the US here to get the US data. And we'll just wait a second here for that to parse up. 1.2 million confirmed cases in the US, 71,000 deaths. See how it still says global up there? Crazy. We'll come over to the CDC and they say 68,279. Okay, a little lower. But more importantly, what I'm about to show you may blow your mind. Boom! This is the provisional deaths involving coronavirus disease. Official, 39,000 as of today. Only 39,000 on the official statistics, which are delayed, by the way. Did you know that every single hospital that claims a COVID-19 patient gets a bonus from the federal government? Look at how many pneumonia deaths in the same time frame. Almost double. And look at the influenza deaths this year. That seems a little low, doesn't it? You could just add those right in there, like swimwear. Where are all the influenza deaths? Here are the deaths from all causes. You could easily blend all that into that and it would mean nothing. And only 95% of the expected deaths are on this list, which means that there are some missing deaths in influenza and pneumonia. There is no expected deaths from COVID, for sake. It's brand new. Something is going on. Now scientists say a dominant strain of the coronavirus appears to be more contagious. You know what that means? It means the 50x multiplier could be 100 or 200x. And still, there is no spike in deaths. There are no millions of bodies. Remember, 200 million deaths were supposed to happen by now? And the numbers I just showed you could basically be blended in with natural deaths. Now, spike mutation pipeline reveals the emergence of a more transmissible form of SARS-CoV-2. Doesn't mean it's more deadly either. It just means more people will get it quicker than ever thought before. Or half the population already has it. And a researcher on the verge of making a very significant coronavirus finding was shot to death. Have you heard about this? The Pennsylvania researcher was on the verge of making a very significant findings towards understanding the cellular mechanism that underlie COVID-19, his university said. And they're going to continue his work. So our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to this Bing Liu, 37, a researcher at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine. He probably was about to uncover that all you need to do is go outside, not take a flu vaccine, eat a banana every day, and take a vitamin D supplement, and you could never get this virus. So they offed him because there's no money in that. And then there's this.
share things like reducing childhood death and improving the nutrition. So it's a chance for things like reducing childhood death and improving the nutrition. So it's a chance for travel to Africa, meet with scientists. We see a lot of things.
Well, they certainly wanted to screw that up, didn't
To
they?
share things like reducing childhood death and
Wow, of all times.
things like reducing childhood death
Do you
and
hear what he's saying there?
improving the nutrition. So it's a chance for travel to Africa, things like reducing childhood death and improving the nutrition. So it's a chance.
It's a chance to produce childhood death and to murder people with breakthroughs on the verge of making significant discoveries, as we know that most of the population, at least 10 to 20% at this point of the entire world, has had this disease, which does not require a shutdown, the destruction of the economy. Do you know how many people are going to die from starvation in the next 6 to 8 months? Do you know how many people are unemployed worldwide? Things are about to get very bad in cities around the world. There will be riots. There will be martial law. People will be hungry. The lies will be revealed. I mean, look at this. We shut down the whole country for this. While this is happening at the same time. Have we ever shut down the country for pneumonia? Oh, this is going to get ugly quick. I hope you're prepared. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance when you're about to be murdered by the state. Be safe. We love you. Plant a seed. Help your neighbor. Create a posse. We need to work together. We need each and every one of you now more than ever.